Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Basics Training Week 1. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We have just finished up our 12-week course of basic training, and now we're diving in a lot deeper, and it's going to be very interesting. And you have to know that even here, we're still scratching the surface. Okay, maybe it's the second layer down and we're going to get so much more interesting information. And I'm really excited to go through all of this with you. And something that is so unique about the doTERRA culture is the collaboration. And so I want to thank everyone that put time into helping to create this presentation. This is not mine, actually. The basic presentation is mine that I created. And this is something that a few people have come together, and I'm not even sure who they all are. But one of them I know is Amy Hoffman in the States. And I'm Abigail Sapir. I'm from the Eden Wellness Center in Zichron Yaakov, Israel, and I'm really excited to have you here with us. So in this 8-week course, we have designed something for those who already have and use essential oils on a daily basis. Not just essential oils. Probably if you're using essential oils on a daily basis, you're already using a lot of other natural healing modalities. You're probably looking at what you eat, how much you drink, what kind of liquids you drink. Maybe you're getting into intermittent fasting, etc. So in here, we're going to go beyond the basics and learn more about various essential oils and how to use them more in depth, because essential oils are a very, very powerful natural healing modality. And again, we're using healing a little bit tongue in cheek because we know that our body heals itself, right? So if you have friends who are curious about doTERRA or essential oils, please invite them to a local introductory class on essential oils made easy, or give them access to my basic training course that is for free for everyone, even if they're not in doTERRA. This course itself is only for our doTERRA team. It's a lot of investment. And, not that the basic course isn't, but, it's like information that every single person in the world needs to know, and they can change their life just with that information. And for me, that's something I can never charge for. But as we go in deeper and, learn more, we want to get educated, then that's a lot of, personal investments, a lot more. And so we would charge for that for someone outside of doTERRA. But this course is for you, wonderful, amazing team members. And I'm so glad that you're taking your health and wellness seriously and really starting to enjoy the journey. You can also arrange for someone who's new to have a one-on-one call or meetup or Zoom call with your leader or someone else that's in the team that can and feels comfortable talking about the information, who is doTERRA, what the company is, what they do, why we choose them over others, because it's not about the business. That's not why we choose them. We just love that we're able to also do business with it. So that's the exciting part. Okay, so during each call every week, you're going to be given 3 code words for that week. What I want you to do is write them down and then fill out a weekly reporting form to let us know you've completed the specific call. You can also just send me an email or a WhatsApp message. And then once you've completed all eight weeks and you've been able to prove that you've gone through the course, you hear the code words, you understand, we're going to have a little quiz at the end of these 8 weeks. And then you will receive a certificate that you have completed the course. Now, this does not give you any kind of legal ability to work as a a health professional. Okay, this is not a certified training course. This is a certificate of completion. In other words, you have received the information. But there's no like physical proof that you can successfully and professionally share the information with others or teach them or something like that. But at least your clients know you do have the information, you do know what you're doing, and more important, you know where to ask questions. And this is something that's really important even in the modern medicine world. And a friend of mine is a doctor is actually working on a program to give doctors instant online access to answers to questions. What is this, about symptoms or medicine or whatever like that. So because even a doctor who trains for untold years, depending on what their specialty is, there's no way that you can remember every single thing that you've learned if you're not using every single thing every single day. So it's the most important thing is to have your basic outline, to know your safety, to know your dosages, to know your protocols, and know how to find the root of a problem and know where to get answers to questions. That's the basic outline that you need to have in order to not cause harm and to be able to present successful, efficient, and true options for your clients and friends. So today we're going to cover some of the essential oil foundations. I'm going to introduce you to Symphony of the Cells. Now, this is some of you might have taken the Aroma Touch course that I am learning to teach, to become an educator in, an instructor. But the Symphony of the Cells is not the same thing. Aroma Touch is one specific shita to be able to promote and get the body into the state of homeostasis, this feeling of complete balance between all the organs and systems and the cells, and relaxation, serenity. Symphony of the Cells is a whole education course on how to do this for every single thing, whether it's cancer or inflammation or allergies or things like this. And there's a different shita. Sorry, that's a Hebrew word for those of you who aren't in Israel. There's a different order to the application. There's different oils that you use for each different thing. And it's intricate and it's fascinating and it's amazing and it works so well. So this is especially good for anyone who knows massage. It's something you're going to be generally familiar with, the application, although it's not getting into actual massage. It's still a touch therapy, meaning you're going to touch the skin, not lightly, not hesitantly, but firmly, smoothly, and with purpose. So if you have any questions throughout the class, please write them down and send them to me in an email or a WhatsApp group, because I am not doing this first class live. So your first word, your first code word for your class number 1 is peppermint. So let's jump right in. Using essential oils is so easy. Don't be afraid to open up and use those little bottles, smell them, taste the ones that are okay to take internally, and put it on your skin, put it in the air, get familiar with it. What does it feel like in your body? And this is something that is, when we're experimenting and we're learning what works with our body and what we can use for different things, the best thing to do is to try one oil at a time. It's just like foods. If you're trying to figure out where your allergy to food is, you want to eat mono foods and record the reaction. So when we're checking out essential oils, we're not looking for allergies because, as you know from the first class, allergies are almost non-existent with essential oils because in the refining process, the proteins are taken out, which cause the allergic reaction, etc. So we're not looking for that. What we're looking for is the experience. How does it make me feel mentally? Is my mind clearer? Can I think more clearly? Are my thoughts more accurate, more understandable? Are they more congruent? Are my feelings more balanced? Am I going from up to down? Am I going from down to up? Am I balancing? Am I able to see a reduction in negative feelings and emotions? Am I able to see the up spiral of the positive emotions and feelings? What's happening in my body? How is my body physically responding to this oil? Did the pain leave my joint? Did my feet stop aching? Did my cold go away, etc.? Okay, so your confidence is going to really increase as you use the oils, and your knowledge will expand through the experience and using continued education classes and modalities like this one. So look at your screen. You've got three little circles there: aromatic, topical, and internal. Now, these are important to look for on every bottle because you want to know how you can use that oil. If it's not on the bottle, because in some countries they cannot mark them with codes that can tell someone that you can put it, that you can take it internally. Okay, little rules with different health government offices. So you can always find online how you can use it. Now, here's a quick reference guide. You can Google search anything that you need. Don't be held back. There's no reason for you to not be able to get this information through your leader, through a friend in the group, or online. You can find all of these. Just look for good keywords. Single essential oil quick reference guide. You're going to find this chart somewhere online. Okay. Application method. If you forget, look up doTERRA essential oil application method. Right. And you're going to find these. So these are the code word. These are the explanations for these little codes. And this is very, very important when we are working with oils and to know how to use it appropriately for ourselves and for our clients and for our family and friends. I think the dilution, keep out of ears, eyes, and nose. Now, don't forget that if, God forbid, anything does get in the ears, eyes, and nose, you wash out with oil, with carrier oil like coconut or olive or something like that, even vegetable oil, not water. Again, water, oil, spreads, we don't want to do that. So aromatically is for our mood and our brain. It's for the respiratory and immune system, and it cleanses the air and just makes things smell amazing. Topically means that we can use it on our skin. And we already know this from the basic classes, but it's good to remember where are the main places that we apply oils to our skin. We're going to apply them all. Pulse points are good ones. Any main pulse point, the back of the spine to get the central nervous system, the bottom of the feet because it has the largest pores and it goes the most quickly into the bloodstream. And so the body has the most fast access to it when we apply the oil to the bottom of our feet. The other place that I always want to tell people is the belly button. The belly button is the main nerve center. All the nerve ends come there, and this is where our birth cord. Wow, I can't even, the name just ran right away. The cord that we're attached in the womb to our mother, and you remember the name and I don't, so you know what I'm talking about. And so when we put essential oils there, it's very, very, very powerful. Now internally and don't forget to dilute, especially the hot oils. And always, always, always the hot oils. Even if you can stand it, don't do it. Okay. Internally means we can take it in our orally, in our mouths. We can take a drop on our tongue. We can take it in a veggie capsule. You can take it in oil, in juice, in food, in shakes, in any recipe you want. I really suggest that if you're taking essential oils in a cup of water, that you don't drink the cup of water, that you use like this. Why? Because oil still floats to the top and it can burn your lips, and you never know who's really sensitive and who's not. And I suggest using a straw. You can use a glass straw or a metal straw. You don't need to use plastic. You can use paper straw. Although I don't suggest that so much because you'll lose some of the oil as it attaches to the paper, but at least it's not going to give you toxins. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait, I didn't say neat. The N, I should go over the skin sensitivity. The N is for neat. It means you can use it without dilution, although we don't really suggest this way of application except for certain issues. So why do we dilute? We dilute for two reasons. We dilute to make a slow release into the body, and we dilute, three reasons. Okay, slow release into the body, a larger application area, and to not damage the skin. So now let's say you've got frankincense or lavender or chamomile, all very gentle oils normally for on a regular person without super skin sensitivities. Normally I'm going to be able to use that without an application as a carrier oil, but I don't really need to. And it's actually better for my body if it has a slow release. It's more effective if there's a larger area that can be covered. So the only reason that I'm ever going to use an oil neat is in an emergency or a certain type of application like warts or a spot, or you know, God forbid if someone has a skin cancer, you're going to apply right on top of that and not around it. Things like that. Okay, and definitely if when we're working with the elderly and the young, we're always going to dilute no matter what. And if you have a question, like if there's a skin cancer or a wart or something like that, please talk to me or another leader about how to do that accurately. One way is with a Q-tip so that you don't get it on any area around. Get to know these symbols. It's very important, and it will save everyone a lot of grief. The S is obviously for sensitive, and the young or old extra sensitive skin. And D is for dilute before applying topically. You're not always going to see that. So you know that if it's a hot oil like cinnamon or oregano, things like that, you're 100% going to dilute. Okay, let's get into ratios. As we talked about in the first class, there are certain dilutions that we want to have for safety. And the bottom of the feet is always a safe place to apply hotter oils. And if you're in a hurry, you probably don't need to dilute. If it's an emergency, don't worry about diluting, just get it straight on. Okay, when you're dealing with life and death, you just get it straight on there. But again, you know, hopefully you won't have to deal with that kind of an emergency, and ask questions, call up a friend, get some guidance. It's always good. So topical use is very important for the muscles, joints, and skin irritations. It's very soothing and comforting, and it can, you know, help the body to come into a balance in that area very quickly. Like, let's say you have some psoriasis, and of course you're also going to deal with that on a diet basis and an emotional basis, but topically, you want some relief right away. So you're going to use some fractionated coconut oil with lavender. Is probably the first thing you're going to grab, and you're going to put it on, and the body's going to be able to take those tools and information and nutrition to heal that area very quickly, to bring relief to that area. Now, the root of the problem, that's what you want to address immediately. The first thing you address is the symptom, and immediately afterward address the root cause. The symptom, we just don't want to deal with those symptoms, and we don't have to. Okay, so I already said, if an oil gets uncomfortable, gets in the eyes, use fractionated coconut oil or any other oil to dilute. Do not use water, as the water and oils do not mix. So this is a really good slide to take a screenshot of. Okay, when in doubt, dilute. All natural carrier oil, you always want an all natural one. You don't want to use any kind of mineral oil. Fractionated coconut oil is definitely your best bet because it is the lightest. It is the easiest to absorb. It doesn't clog the pores. It's excellent for every type of skin. It's really easily water soluble if it gets on the clothes. It's odorless. If you ever get fractionated coconut oil that has a color, that has an odor, or has a smell, immediately throw it away or take it back, because it is not fractionated coconut oil. It is not pure. You do not want it. This is my to-go, and I actually order from iHerb because, and I just refill my doTERRA fractionated coconut oil bottle because it's the same thing. The only place that I don't buy from is Now, because they're not a trustworthy company. In different areas of the world, they even the governments have found out that sometimes the oils aren't pure, or they're completely different oils. And so they have a lot of products on iHerb and in stores. And I know a lot of people use them because they're so cheap. Now, just to keep in mind, you get what you pay for, okay? And now I don't buy the most expensive coconut oil. I just don't buy Now, Grant. Okay. So other options that you can use, obviously you can use any other natural oil. You can use linseed, macadamia, jojoba, avocado, sunflower, olive. The only reason I would ever suggest using those oils, they're expensive, a lot of those, and so you wouldn't want to use them generally in a massage unless you have a specific skin issue that you're addressing over the whole body. Otherwise, I would save those oils for specific skin issues or skin sensitivities or types. And that's very useful. You can make up your own, oils and creams for people based on exactly what they need. So maybe, someone needs a macadamia nut oil for their skin, and but not everyone is going to want it. And, maybe they have really dry skin and it's going to absorb really well, etc. Again, on dilution, you can use the doTERRA hand and body lotion. It's not greasy, it's unscented, it has all those good oils in it, and it absorbs quickly, and it's very ideal for hands and body. And feet, if you ever have problems with feet, the thick skin on the feet, use castor oil. So if you don't have any oil on you, I hope that you will have some lotion on you. I use this often when I'm out and about, and now I don't have it with me. I have a little sample bottle of fractionated coconut oil that I keep full to take with me everywhere. But also the hand and body lotion works very well. Okay, now how to choose what oils you're going to look for, what are you going to use on yourself or others? Know where to find the answers. This is where we go. There are apps, there are books, you have leaders, there are videos, there are websites. There is no excuse to not be educated in this. Do not run to your leader every single time you have a question. This is not sustainable. As you become more educated, if you are taking this advanced course, then you are someone that people are going to ask questions of. So don't be the one who's always asking questions. You need to learn yourself where to find answers. So this is very important. And as everyone comes to that more advanced stage of knowledge, become the one people come to for questions. Do not continue to be the questioner. One of the beautiful things that I love about the doTERRA culture is the idea of sustainability. And the reason that this business works is because it's not about sales. It's not about making money, even though we do. It's about education. And this is the most important part of doTERRA. It's not the product, it's the education. And the education is free. We teach, we hand it down from person to person to person. And this is, this is the ancient wisdom that I've always wanted to be able to combine in my wellness center, is ancient wisdom with modern technology, which is not necessarily so modern after all, but it's our modern application of even ancient wisdom of technology. So, just remember sustainability. We want to be able to provide our body with what it needs so it can do the job that it is built to do. If we have to go to someone else to fix something, that's not sustainable. I'm not talking about once in a while or emergencies. I'm talking on a regular basis. So the same with our knowledge. If we have to go to someone else to remind us of what we can look up online, find in a book or in an app, then we are not being sustainable. We are being like a barnacle. So get familiar with all of these amazing books. Unfortunately, we can't order them in Israel, but they can get shipped to us from the United States. So if you need a book, let us know. It's it's not it's not cheap to get it here, but it's worth it because you have this knowledge. The other thing is don't be afraid to use the internet. If you need to understand how to do internet searches, maybe I'll talk about this one time. Well, I'll just tell you quickly. It's not a problem. Learn how to do a correct internet search. You don't want to just search for essential oils for psoriasis and then just take whatever you see. You have to be very diligent and wise and intelligent when you're looking for the right information. Learn how to research. You want to look for sites that show studies. So anything you get needs to be referenced. Don't choose your information from a site that says, well, just take this, this, and this, and you have no idea where they're getting their information from. Okay, this is especially good. We see this especially when researching essential oils for animals. A lot of the information is outdated, and it's really based on fear and not actual animal studies. So you want to get your information from a vet who works with essential oils. That, that's the logical way to go, right? So look for health professionals that talk about essential oils, like Dr. Axe or Dr. Berg. Look for resource websites that show studies, like NHIC, I think is it. Look for the results there. You don't necessarily need to go to that website specifically and look it up. Just do the search and see what comes up and choose the ones that are very, that are related to medical health professional background. WebMD is going to give you ideas for essential oils. Now, they're going to also give you ideas for pharmaceuticals, but even modern medicine, as we call it, is starting to understand the importance and the effectiveness of essential oils in helping our body to be able to heal itself. Okay, now another thing that we look for when we're choosing is what do you have on your shelf? What do you already have? Don't be one of those people that is like, oh, I need 10 oils for this one thing, and so I got to go buy them all. You're going to bankrupt yourself before you get started. Start simple, easy, what you have on hand, and only use 2 or 3 oils at a time. It's hard to make a mistake when you're choosing an oil because every oil has so many health benefits. And when you are dealing with a specific issue, there are many oils that address that specific issue. So if you don't see a result from one, try the other. Okay, if you're looking for something to boost your mood and you've tried all the citrus oils, choose a tree oil. Try that. Try other things that also help the mood and enhance the mood and help us to feel happier, lighter, increase the serotonin production in the body, etc. So whenever someone asks me what oil should I use for this, I always ask them first, what do you have? Like if I'm saying like, what do you like, what oil do I use to go to sleep? Well, what do you have? Well, I only have frankincense and copaiba and thyme. Okay, so my first choice for you would have been serenity and lavender to make it a little extra strong. But since you don't have that, and in case you don't have money to buy another oil, or until you get it in your order, use copaiba and frankincense. So I hope that that makes sense. Sometimes it's very helpful to have the framework for making your selections. So knowing how to do an intelligent internet search, having a book to reference, or an app is very important. That will help you. Another thing that can help you choose if you don't have access to anything at the moment or you want to experiment is use your nose. What smells good? What smells like you want more of? And that is something that your body is resonating with on a frequency level. And so for something, you need it. Okay, so let's talk about essential oil categories. We have the herbs, the spice, the flowers, the citrus, the grass, the resin, and the trees. Now, this is another way for us to find out which oil do we use. We look at the, we look at the categories. My favorite way to choose an oil is, you know, from a book or an internet search, something that I have on hand, obviously, but it's also, if you want to get deeper into aromatherapy, if you want to become more educated, more professional, we must be able to recognize by category what our client needs. Either by using the herb with the oil in combination, or just the oil or just the herb, based on what they have available, what they can afford. So let's go over the different categories and their health benefits now. Okay, so we're going to start with mind, concentration, memory, and mood. And these would be the herbs. So here is a nice category of herbs that we have. And these are going to work on the mind for relaxation, stimulation, to release stress, mental and emotional trauma, and to help focus the mind. Let's talk about basil. Basil is often recommended for mental fatigue. It's fantastic to use when your mind is overworked, you're feeling sluggish. Peppermint is one of my favorites. Peppermint is for alertness, quick thinking, elimination of brain fog, etc. Sorry, you're like, my picture is taking too much room there. But I try to leave my picture up because it's not always nice to just stare at a screen while someone's talking about stuff, you know? So at least you can have something to distract you. So peppermint is really great. Sometimes we use it for headaches. It depends on why you're getting that headache. It's great for when you're on long drives. It helps me to stay awake and aware. My brain tends to shut down when I'm driving long distances, post-surgery brain trauma. So it really helps me to stay awake and alert. What else? What's another good one? Melissa. Melissa is awesome. Melissa, one drop on the roof of the mouth is very helpful against depression or moodiness or melancholy. I like to put it on the top of I do this for any oil that I need an instant jolt from. Peppermint, Melissa, frankincense, anything. You put a drop on the tip of your tongue, and you put that tongue on the roof of your mouth, and you just keep it there. The roof of your mouth is the shortest distance to your brain that we can access. So obviously this isn't a great option if your hands aren't clean, but in an emergency situation, or if your hands are clean, this is a wonderful way to do it. If your hands aren't clean, you still need a drop. Try to put it on the tip of your tongue, and then just put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and hold it there for a couple seconds. Also apply to your wrists, the bottom of each feet. We already talked about this, the spine, and the belly button. Rosemary is excellent for memory and cognitive abilities. So if you've got someone who, like dementia or ADHD, Asperger's, all sorts of things like that, rosemary is really, really good for this. Herbs in general are very antispasmodic. So someone who suffers from tremors or well, I had brain trauma, so I do have problem with memory sometimes. Use a lot of rosemary. I've healed so much from not being able to remember my name to being able to teach a class. But I'll still lose the words sometimes. So someone who has, like when their body starts shaking and stuff, this is any of the herbs are going to be good for that, to help reduce those attacks and to help calm them down immediately. If you have someone that goes into an attack in a general, like on a regular basis, this can happen with them, have them keep a roller bottle with them, kind of like an EpiPen, right? And if they start to get an attack, immediately put it under their nose so they can smell it, and on the bottom of their feet, along their spine, on their belly button, and then go for the pulse points. So it helps so fast. Let's see, when we get to respiratory, I'll tell you about my experience. Don't forget what I said earlier, every single oil has multiple properties and uses and purposes and health benefits. And there are always multiple herbs that have the same effect as each other, that all work in the same area. So these are all for concentration, memory, and mood and all of that. But if one doesn't work, try the other one, because every body is different. Every blood type is different. Every brain is different. Everyone's working differently. We are coming to our health issues because of different reasons: mental, emotional, physical, environmental, etc., trauma, etc. So every herb will work differently for each person. Experimentation is necessary. Being able to use a diagnostic tool such as the iToby can help to release a lot of that guesswork and help the healing process happen much more quickly and more efficiently. Now, iToby will say that they are not a diagnostic tool, but they have to say that for legal purposes. What that iToby does is it goes in and it sends a signal to the body, and it reads the return signal. And then it lets you know, based on that frequency, which herb oil is appropriate for that specific issue. It also shows you the correlation between the emotional brain and the physical body for these different issues. This is very, very important if you want to be able to address the root cause quickly and efficiently. So it's a wonderful tool. It's really wonderful. It's fast, it's professional, and people are blown away, either by many different reasons. The most recent test I did was on a health professional, and she said, so I have these, I kind of know what I need to do. We did the test, and she's like, that's exactly what I thought I needed to do. So people really love to just, have their confidence boost that they're on the right track. And for others who are not professionals and really have no idea, it just gives them it helps to narrow down the field, which helps you to be more effective as a health professional, and it helps them in their wellness journey. Here is an example of Melissa. Melissa is a powerful antiviral, among a lot of other things. And like thyme, oregano, peppermint, Melissa, all the top antivirals when you need, and antibiotic. So example, Melissa, it comes from the leaf. It's distilled. It's aromatically citrusy and herbaceous. It supports a healthy immune system. It calms tension, nerves, and promotes feelings of relaxation. And a good way to apply it to the body is to massage into the forehead, shoulders, chest, in order to lessen stress and promote emotional well-being. You can also use it internally, and so you can put it on your thumb, get it on the roof of your mouth, take a couple drops inside in a cup of water, in a water bottle, however you want to do that. Excuse me, I need some water. Wow, been having some really long, deep discussions with friends, and my voice is a little worn out. So the next section is spices. Let's get this down here so we can, there we go. Analgesic, digestive, circulatory. These are spices. I love spices. Oh, the smell, the feeling, the comfort. Spicy is comforting to me. It's stimulating, it's exciting. It feels like home. That's what it feels like to me. So these oils have a very specific effect on different body systems and organs in order to help bring us into a state of homeostasis, which is the ability to maintain a relatively stable internal state and environment that persists despite changes in the outside world. Examples, we want to maintain our correct ratio of water, minerals, body temperature, chemical levels, emotional and mental stability, no matter what is happening around us. So the spices help the body to maintain that internal state of homeostasis, of balance. No matter what's happening, I can adjust, course correction, balance, etc. Spices are very uplifting. They're stimulating. They help to improve digestion and circulation. They help to prevent bruising. That's as a circulatory stimulant, as a digestive stimulant. They aid in indigestion, nausea, constipation, and they help to detoxify the body, the organs, the muscle tissue. And they're antispasmodic and analgesic. They relieve pain. Analgesic is pain relief. So this also helps to assist in muscle pain relief and stiffness. Fantastic for sports, injuries. They're also antiviral, antibacterial, and an excellent way to support your immune system. Now, if you're a body type that can handle eating spicy food, you are probably healthier than those who don't eat spicy foods. It just really strengthens our immune system in general. So if you're a body type that really can't handle spicy foods, whether you're going according to your dasha or blood type, use it externally. It can still give you support and not affect your body with such heat as when you have to digest it. You can also smell it. Do not underestimate the power of the smell, of what you smell. You get particles of whatever you're smelling internally when you breathe. So if you're breathing garbage, if you smell garbage, you're literally breathing in garbage. Get away. Use an essential oil to help to filter the air. The spices are also warming and can cause your skin, can bring along skin irritation. So we want to be careful about that. But they're also warming in a wonderful way on a cold day. And if you're having trouble with circulation in your hands and your feet or your fingers, or you're freezing, you can actually use these oils to help keep you warm. You can actually use some of the spices to help keep you warm. Take a shot of ginger juice mixed with black pepper and cinnamon. Oh my God, so amazing. Like, I really want to open up a place that does shots with using essential oils and herbs. It'll be so much fun. Okay, so what else about these guys? Just make sure you dilute correctly. It's really important. You don't want to damage your skin. So flowers is our next category, and I love flowers so much. Flowers make me happy. Flowers are comforting. And okay, so they affect our emotions a lot. They are wonderful for cell renewal and aphrodisiac. They increase our sensitivity to our senses. Therefore, the emotions and the spirit, they're relaxing. They're soothing and bring tranquility. They're ideal for everyday stress when relaxation is necessary and beneficial. Not everyone lives in a very relaxed, stress-free environment. And we get stress from so many different areas. We get it from our own mind, from others around us, from our environment, from wrong eating, etc. So relaxation every single day is very important. Please do this for yourself. This is something you do for you. Of course, it affects everyone around you, and that's a wonderful side benefit. We don't want to ever do anything that has side effects. We only want to eat and use and be something that has side benefits. This is wonderful for guys. Guys just in general are not taught about self-care unless they come from maybe an upper class part of society where they have time for this. A lot of guys feel so pressured to take care of the family, to make sure everything's okay, to make the money, to bring home the money, honey, that they were never taught and don't even think about, how do I take care of myself? And so you see a lot of men turning to porn and to alcohol and to, detrimental things like that in order to relieve tension. Relieving tension is so important, and it's important that we don't use sex as a tension relief. This is a Band-Aid, and it is not getting to the root cause of the stress and tension. So please teach your men and show your men how to use essential oils for relaxation, to relieve stress and tension in their body, and give them a massage. Don't let them have sex with a massage. Give them a massage and show them what it's like to really be able to let go emotionally and energetically and to feel renewed. Okay. We need that tranquility in our life and our body. Neroli, there we go. I love neroli. Neroli is very strong citrus smell. It's a kind of a bitter citrus. It comes from the wild orange tree. And that mixed with Roman chamomile, yeah, chamomile there, Roman chamomile, amazing, amazing stress relief for hormonal teenagers, which can include your man if he's feeling like I need sex to relieve my tension. Give him a bath with neroli and Roman chamomile in it. Give them a massage with this. Younger children who are struggling with stress, anyone battling stress, struggling to cope. Melissa, and if you can add Melissa and helichrysum in, if you can afford that, wow, you have got one powerful anti-PTSD, anti-depression, anti-anxiety, anti-trauma, anti-stress solution. It is powerful and it works so fast. I've used this with PTSD soldiers and they cannot get enough of it. Unfortunately, it's very expensive. And I hope someday, and in the process of my of continuing to build my wellness clinic, I will have an Amota nonprofit to be able to provide these very expensive oils to people in emergency situations, from trauma, from depression, from PTSD, etc. So anyways, flowers are also aphrodisiacs, ideal for imbalances related to reproductive system and hormones, everything from PMS to painful menstruation, menopause, infertility, impotence, and more. They renew our cells, they beautify our skin, they're wonderful oils to keep our skin looking youthful and toned and fresh and fantastic. Add this to your daily skin. Think scar tissue from wounds, burns, acne scars, age, sunspots, etc. They're all lovely in all of these flower oils are lovely to use in our beauty products that we want to help heal our skin. We also turn to the flower oils when we need support for our emotions and our hearts, to connect our mind and our body, to connect spirit to mind, to connect spiritually. Now, when I talk about spirituality, I am not talking about religion. I am talking about connecting to your spirit, to your higher power, to that thing inside of you that is divine, that cannot die. And this is spirituality. Geranium is very special. It is known as the oil of love and trust. It is a powerful oil for anyone dealing with grief. Now, as a health professional, knowing this information and watch this course over and over again, or look it up, it's so important that we remember this. We have people that come to us all the time, and you know, so we give some lavender, you know, that's wonderful, that's good. But for someone who's just had a friend die or a family member die or something, geranium would be more powerful. Also, like things like the emotional touch of forgive. Oh, wow. Console, motivate, just powerful blends. It's so much fun to give our body what it's searching for without destroying us, like when we're eating emotionally for food, or we're doing something that's actually negative impact on our body, but it gives us some kind of relief. I'm telling you, when you learn how to use nature to fulfill your body's needs, it's euphoric. Really, I don't know a better word. It's just wonderful. Jasmine helps to nurture healthy sexuality, whether someone is oversexed or undersexed. It's very balancing. Both jasmine and ylang ylang help us to connect with our inner child, to heal the trauma and pain. Rose is an oil of love and helps to heal the wounded heart. Helichrysum is a healing oil for trauma pain and helps the body to immediately start replenishing its serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, which get used up completely in the time of trauma, pain, and fear, etc. And I cannot tell you how important this is for our children growing up to use these oils on them. Otherwise, you find adults who don't know how to deal with everyday issues, the stress of the job, sometimes the stress of just getting up in the morning and dealing with what to eat during the day is too much. And this is an adult who was traumatized as a child, or had a huge traumatic event at some point in their life and used up all of these happy chemicals that should be replenished after every use. Either can, what's it called? Chronic trauma, chronic stress uses them up, and doesn't give the body a chance to renew. So now these chemicals can be used up almost in their entirety, unless we're living and eating clean and healthy. They don't get replaced. We use them up as they're being produced, and then we have no backup. The same can goes for the adrenal glands. Those stress hormones that the body produces in times of stress to help us stay focused and give us strength to get through a stressful time, break down the adrenal glands, which produce the adrenaline. And so you can die from your adrenals, from using up all of the chemicals that the adrenal glands produce. If you use them all up and you cannot get them replenished, you will die, and people have. My aunt, for example, she got to the hospital, and it was even then too late. There was no amount of resting that could renew those chemicals fast enough for her body to be able to have the backup that it needs. Now, if I had been alive then, it was my great aunt, and if I'd had this knowledge, I would have jumped in the car with my essential oils and run up there and put her on bed rest while I just slathered her gently every day with oils and put them in the air and put on healing music and frequencies, and the body can renew itself. The body can come back from the point of death if it has the right information. And that can happen energetically as well. So, also we see a lot of children nowadays, they have no capacity for taking a shower, for going to school. Their chemicals in their body have been used up through chronic stress and trauma. Rose, helichrysum, and uranium are also very powerful antibacterial. Okay, so let's go to our next slide on cleansing. Antiseptic, uplifting, and purifying. Wonderful. I love citrus. Citrus makes me so happy. It makes me feel like I want to just start running around and dancing, and I want to just jump out into the field and smell the flowers and chase my sister through the trees. And I love citrus. So citrus oils are so good, but they are not steam distilled. Did you know that? They are cold pressed, because the oils come from the rind of the citrus fruit, whichever one we're using. These are joyful oils. There's a reason that lemon is called sunshine in a bottle and wild orange is called the happy oil, because each of these oils are emotionally uplifting and just seem to make the world a bit brighter. They're perfect to use when you need to brighten your mood or your home, and they're excellent to relieve stress, and they blend beautifully with the flower oils as well. Because they're antiseptic, they're a great solution for internal infections like urinary and respiratory, and external cleansing like bathrooms. They cleanse and they detoxify our body and our home, and they help to balance our metabolism as well. Grapefruit is wonderful to use internally and externally to encourage the release of cellulite. Now, what is cellulite? It is just toxins that are trapped in fat cells. And the fat cell is so full. Now, we get bigger because the body is sending the toxins to the fat cells to store in and around them so that it doesn't shut down our internal organs. Some people have such a fast metabolism that their body can't keep that extra fat. And those people, if they're toxic, will be more susceptible to breaking down a lot faster, getting sick faster, kidney stones, liver problems, etc. because their body has nowhere to put the toxins. So obviously, if you're a healthy person or you're exercising a lot, this helps to release those toxins so that you don't have an organ or system breakdown. Just remember to be cautious when you're using the citrus oils outside. You want to have a 12-hour wait before exposure to the sun. Now, of course, you can dilute them. 4% and up is a safe dilution and should not have an effect of the photosynthesis. But just to be safe, I would never put my citrus essential oils into my morning skincare. I would always do it at night. It's just easier that way. Diffuse it, take it internally, and just keep it on your skin from nighttime, and then you're safe and you never have a question. That's the easiest, but at least you know the rules. 4% dilution and up is safe, even in the sun. But if you have extra sensitive skin, like there's always questions, but that's a beyond safety percentage. And also, don't use meat on the oil. They can be very irritating to the skin for sensitive skin like mine. Okay, grasses. I love grasses. They're very special, but they're very intense. Palmarosa is probably the least intense one on this list, but they repel insects, which is amazing. Now, when I go to bed at night, I like to leave my windows open for air, and I have my screen cracked open so my cats can go in and out at night, because I want to respect their natural time is to hunt is at night. And so, I don't want to force them to be like a human. Now, humans like to say, well, I have a different time clock. I'm a night owl. Well, you're just imbalanced. So anyways, when I go to sleep at night, I put citronella, I put the blend Terra Shield and lemongrass. And if I have vetiver, because I go through vetiver too fast, I also put it in there. Vetiver is not just good for the skin, it's good for toning your skin and for repelling insects. It's also amazing for relaxation. I would always mix this if someone has a trouble relaxing or going to sleep at night, to mix like vetiver and serenity together. Amazing. Vetiver also helps your mind to relax. It's very good for people who have OCD or ADHD, etc., to stay focused and relaxed at the same time. It's not a stimulant. Citronella is great for digestion, excretion, the nervous system, and the brain. So we can put that on our body and we can breathe that in, and that is going to help us a lot. We more commonly think of the grasses to repel insect and for their environmental cleansing properties. They're very good to clean the air, purify the air, keep them in whenever we have like a low air quality, get these grasses and citrus into the diffusers to purify the air. For instance, if you're doing a massage with vetiver, this is a very good for therapeutic massage. It boosts the metabolism and enhances the circulation, as well as aids in digestion. So yeah, there's Palmarosa. And okay, so now, so Palmarosa, whoops, where'd I go? Oh, why am I? Okay, there we go. Palmarosa, we'll just highlight that one. It's you definitely want to keep it in your arsenal of oils. It's truly a very powerful immune booster. And as well as respiratory. It combines well with cypress, ginger, eucalyptus, clove, sandalwood, thyme, melaleuca, geranium, levansera, and laurel leaf, and more, but those are the main ones. It's also very hydrating. If you're spending a lot of time in the sun or your skin tends to be really dry, Use this oil topically, combine it with lavender, copaiba, and frankincense in your daily skin lotion. The nice thing about the doTERRA main doTERRA lotion is that it's non-scented, so that you can add whatever you need to that every day. Excellent. In addition to being hydrating, it's also considered a cell regenerator. It's toning, it's antiseptic, it's good for anything cell related. Minor skin infections, acne, stretch marks, dry skin, etc. And of course, it's still a natural insect repellent, so you just can't go wrong. Okay, so let's go to the tree resins. Now, these are fixative. They bind the aroma in, so they're important to use when you're making a perfume. You want to have a copaiba, a frankincense, or a myrrh in it. Now, benzoin and LME are smaller additives to some of the blends that we cannot buy separately. We can buy copaiba, frankincense, and myrrh on their own. And fixatives are very, very important in the blending and the natural perfumery. They're also tree oils, and so they have the properties of the tree oils, even like the needles and bark and stuff as well. So they come from that category. Now, copaiba and frankincense are also enhancers, which means that they will increase the effectiveness of whatever oils you're mixing with them, as well as offering their own whole huge set of health benefits. Copaiba is one of the gentlest things I've ever experienced. This is an excellent oil for every animal, including birds. My bird, I have a rescue bird, and as she was learning to fly, she got caught in something and bent her leg. Thank God it didn't break, but it was really bruised and she couldn't put weight on it. And so 2 days, I put copaiba on it, 1 drop every day, diluted. And I didn't even get the whole drop on her. I just took 1 drop and diluted it and then just wiped it on her leg just a little bit because she's tiny. And in the 3rd day, she was putting weight on it again and standing normally. So that was really fun. I love birds. And tree oils. Tree oils. Tree oils are powerful. They make you feel powerful. I guess I would rather say they help you tap into that sense of power inside of you. It's not a fake sense of power. It's on a very deep internal spiritual level. It's not a shallow sense of I'm better than you and I have power to make you do what I want. You know what I mean? They're antiseptic, antifungal, antibacterial, and so much more, so much more. Trees, really the favorite of many. In fact, now we have a blend, what's it called? Northern Escape. This is, I just have to smell it, sorry. This is an amazing oil blend, and it has balsam, lavandula, juniper berry, so many different woods. Some of them I don't even know how to pronounce. Boswellia, cypress, crazy. There's so many trees in here, and it's just, oh, it's amazing. Like, I love giving these to men. The tree oils are so, we women, we know we're powerful, but when we need that boost, we forget who we are. This is great. Also with the flowers together, men so often act powerful because they think it's expected in society and they don't feel it inside. The trees are empowering. They help you to tap into your internal and spiritual power. It's wonderful. They're anti-inflammatory, they're antiviral, they're anti-microbial. You get the idea. You're going to notice that there are several of our tree oils that are also in the spice category. Cassia, clove. That's what I see right now. Nutmeg. Oh, I marked them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did help to make these slides, just I'm not the only one. Okay, so let's look for an example. What do you think might, look at that list, what do you see that might be antifungal, for example? So two of our top antifungal oils would be arbovitae and, well, it's tea tree, but where is it? There it is, tea tree or melaleuca. It's the same thing. Let's see, anti-inflammatory. What do you see? Frankincense. Copaiba is also a tree. Oh, there it is. It also anti-inflammatory. Antidepressant. What would be an antidepressant here? So many. Frankincense is one. Clove and all the spices I would add to that. And manuka. Anyways, okay, again, oils from all other categories may have the anti properties like antiseptic, antifungal, etc. But trees have, they're so much more complex than just being an anti-oil. But hopefully these categories can help you to become more confident when turning to the oils for support and needing to know which one do I choose for what's going on with me or my friend right now. So your second word is tree. Hope you wrote that down. And we're going to look at Symphony for the Cells. This is just an introduction to Symphony for the Cells, and I am so excited that I get to introduce this to you. And as with most of our continuing education topics, we're going to be sharing a lot of protocols with you as well, practical things that you can do. So we want you to understand how to use it and why you would use it. So Symphony of the Cells is a collection of 18 oil applications, and I think there's even more now. This is a little old here. And they're designed to create harmony physically, emotionally, and spiritually within the body. And using his 26 years of background in the wellness industry, Boyd Truman was able to put this together to start working on the human body, helping the human body to experience the pure therapeutic grade essential oils in a way that brings that balance to them for different health issues. These protocols are used to target specific body organs, systems, and ailments that you can use on yourself and or others. And now this is, he has a few different courses now. There's a one-day course, and Boyd is the only one that teaches it. So it's great training, and I highly recommend it if you can attend it. Go to symphonyofthecells.com. Now, we don't want you to have to wait for the training to be able to use this technique. So I want to give you a little bit of an overview so that you can start using it right away. And I do highly recommend, however, that you purchase the book for reference and verification that you are doing the protocols correctly and using the right oils. My clients have really enjoyed these techniques very much when dealing with emotional stress. So whether you're looking to support a loved one with an ongoing ailment or illness, or integrating the use of pure therapeutic essential oils into your everyday life, whether it's massage or wellness practice, SOTC, Symphony of the Cells, is simple and yet very effective. It's easy for anyone at any level to follow. You don't have to be professional to do it. It is tailored to help the body receive the maximum absorption and advantage of the health benefits of each oil. And it empowers everyone who knows it to confidently apply essential oils in an effective manner, especially if you're new to this. And you don't want to be looking at a book every single time you have to do something for someone. Memorize, learn this course, and so that you have all the main stuff covered. It helps to make the necessary connection between the body systems and illnesses. It uses a focused approach to the symptoms and addresses the underlying causes of the ailments as well. It's fully endorsed by the National Certification Board for Therapeutic Massage and Bodywork, so that's always helpful as well. to provide ease of mind for your clients and for yourself to know that what you're getting is authentic. Although don't limit yourself to something that is approved by the system. There's a lot of ancient knowledge that is blocked by different systems in place to keep us from finding our power. The Symphony of the Cell also provides education and resources for learning which oils are appropriate for the body systems and related conditions. And it's ideal for supporting your own health or the health of another individual, and can be easily integrated into any kind of wellness practice, especially easy with massage. So how does it help? Well, each application shares an easy to follow list of oil blends and nutrients to apply, and individuals can perform the applications themselves or on those around them who are in need. That's very simple. SOTC was created with the knowledge that each condition is connected to a body system. So when you're using the SOTC application, you're not only treating the condition, but the symptoms and underlying causes. So it's just a great way to introduce people to the power and practical use of essential oil, and you have now created an opportunity for greater wellness in them. Okay, so how does it help? We're going to continue talking about how it helps. Each of the 18 applications addresses a specific system or area of the body, allowing for a focused approach to the system and underlying causes of many ailments and illnesses, such as hormone imbalance, digestion, cardiovascular, etc. So infectious disease protocol, the strongest protocol, like for the flu, is 4 to 5 times in a week, and then you do a cellular protocol, which is the second strongest protocol. So you always know which one to do first for which category of wellness issue you come across. So just like in the essential oils, where we have some safety symbols to know, it's the same in SOTC. There's easy symbols to follow for application, and these are good you want to memorize these. So to apply to, if you need to apply carrier oil, there's a C. If you need to breathe this in for the application, there's a nose. If you need to apply over the heart area, there's a heart. Over the liver area, there's a liver. Neck and shoulder area, there's a drop to the shoulder. To the feet, to the spine, and to the hands. Now, because some protocols will say only do one of these or two of these, not just one, sorry, just not every protocol will have the exact same application. So memorize these so that there's no question in your mind. It makes it much easier. Now, when we're applying to the back, we're going to, this is how are we going to apply it. You're going to follow step-by-step application symbols, and we're going to apply from the base of the spine to the base of the skull. So it's all the way to the top of the neck and basically on to the head, right at the base of the skull. And almost all of the protocols begin with, first you put FCO on the back, as in the diagram, from the base all the way up. And then you're going to rub in, then you're going to put frankincense on the shoulders and the feet. And we're going to apply, most of the time, we're going to apply the oils to the spine as well. And as you massage lightly into the back and shoulders, we always do a quick finish with the leftover oils on our hands to the feet. So every time you do a protocol to the back, before you go on to the next oil, you're going to put whatever's left over on your hands, just put it on your feet, on the feet. So you would have your person lie face down with your back and feet exposed and apply the oil, 4 to 6 oils on the back. Now, if you're new to SOTC, as in the person on your bed is new, I would start with fewer drops. If they've never had oils on them before. The only time you're going to use 6 oils on someone is if they're very big, either fat or tall. Okay, a child or someone over 50, you're going to start with 1 or 2 oils. Now, someone who's taking oils on a regular basis, who's over 50, you don't need to be so stingy. You ask them what they're comfortable with. But if it's a new person, you just start with 2 oils. I mean, 2 drops. So you're gonna rub straight up from the base of the spine to the skull, and then you're going to start again from the base of the spine in a circular clockwise motion from the lower back to the base of the skull again. And then you're going to repeat with each oil in order. You're gonna apply frankincense to the shoulders, let the person smell the oils, and then put it on the feet. You follow the protocols and always get your excess oils on the bottom of the feet. Afterwards, you're going to cover them with a sheet or towel and allow them to lay there for 10 or 15 minutes. You can add a hot compress to the feet or the back of the lower spine. And you can always add fractionated coconut oil if it's too intense, if the oils are too intense. Taking a hot shower, bath, or going into a steam room or sauna can intensify the protocol as well. And if you're using an oil that's in a roller bottle, don't roll over the back where you've just applied the oils, because then those oils that are on the back are going to be rolling back up into the roller bottle. So you want to apply to your hand first. So you've wiped off your excess oils on the feet. And now you're going to use a roller bottle for something. So just wipe your hands off real quick on the sheet or the towel there, and then apply the roller bottle to your hands and rub it together, and then apply to the person's skin. Let's see, what else are we going to do here? Someone that is relatively healthy, a proactive approach is to do an SOTC protocol on them 2 to 3 times a month. Not bad. Someone who has a condition, a present condition or chronic condition, you're going to do 2 to 3 times a week for 1 or 2 weeks or as needed until it's gone. Most protocols will start with frankincense and end with peppermint. Natural menthol does help to drive the other oils in, which is really cool. So how are you going to choose? You're not sure where to begin. So Boyd Truman really recommends starting with the digestive or the forgiveness protocol. If you don't have a diagnosis or a symptom, then start with digestive or forgiveness. I would choose forgiveness first, because forgiveness also addresses the digestion. And not to forget, let's not forget how the emotional brain affects the body and how the body affects the emotional brain. We learned in our beginner's course. And forgiveness, don't forget, forgiveness is a frequency. It is not an action. It is a feeling, it is a frequency that we can connect to ourselves. And this is why forgiveness is for us and not for others. We cannot correct anything that someone else has done. We can't fix it. We can't absolve it. There's nothing they or I can do to change what they did to me, to hurt me. So when I choose to forgive, what I'm actually doing, I'm not taking an action. It's not a verb. I can't change anything that happened. When I choose to forgive, I'm saying I'm choosing to energetically connect to the actual measurable frequency of forgiveness, of the idea of forgiveness. And that is going to resonate in my body. And there are herbs that help our body do that. It's powerful. So I would always start with a forgive protocol before anything else, unless it's an emergency. Even if there's a diagnosis, even if there's symptoms, I would start with forgiveness. I would do forgiveness in between the other ones and end with forgiveness. It's magical. I love the word magic, and and by that, I do not mean witchcraft, okay? I mean awe-inspiring and wonderful, and it works so well. Someone might think it's magic because they didn't know that your body could do this. Use the symbols go by the body system or simply open the book and choose and trust your intuition. You really can't go wrong. That's the thing. It's so important to understand. You really cannot go wrong with this. Everything is going to have health benefits that helps your people. So this is a testimonial, and for if there's any, I'm sorry for the picture. I should edit that out. Okay, so the thing is she was trying to show the difference in inflammation when you see the top of the back in this picture and the top of the back in the second picture. Do you see how that swelling has gone down? Now, someone who doesn't understand what's happening here might think that she has a humpback. It's her spine that's doing this. It's not, it's inflammation. Maybe her spine is being pushed out because of inflammation, but it's not a structural problem. Many structural problems that people think are structural, many things people think are structural problems are actually not. It's a body out of balance. The body can adjust its own structure when it has homeostasis, that internal balance, when it has the right information, the right nutrition, and the right environment. So here's the before and after picture of Lenora, who was suffering from acute inflammation across her shoulders and middle back. 3 weeks, and she was looking really good. So the basic protocol is, again, you start with frankincense first, and that's going to be applied neat, and then you do the fractionated coconut oil. Now, if someone does have sensitive skin, then we're going to advise to apply FCO to the back before you do anything. If someone is highly toxic, extremely sensitive, even the gentle frankincense can induce a reaction. So when in doubt, apply FCO first. If you know, do frankincense first and then FCO, shoulders and leftover on feet, and then melaleuca from the lower spine to the shoulders, leftover on feet, and then aroma touch, lower spine to shoulders, leftovers on feet, peppermint, lower spine to shoulders, leftovers on feet. And I like to finish my client off by covering them with a large warmed up towel or heating blanket, and let them rest like that for 5 to 10 minutes. This can be the end of the treatment. It can be at the end of the treatment. But I also do massage. So I like to finish the whole treatment completely with a little bit of back and shoulder massage, and then spend 5 to 10 minutes on each foot, either doing reflexology or just a methodical massage, or actually doing the aroma touch protocol on the hands and feet. That's really, really nice. So let's just go over a few of the reminders. Let the oil drip out of the bottle, don't shake it. We always start with peppermint. We almost always end with, well, I did it backwards. We always start with frankincense, and we almost always end with peppermint. Always begin at the tailbone of the spine and go up to the base of the skull. You're massaging shoulders and ending with feet. Use it's 4 to 6 drops. I don't know why this says 4 to 5. I will correct that. 1 or 2 drops on children or anyone over 50. If using a roller bottle, apply to your hands, not the skin of your client. Use a hot compress for some protocols, and make sure that everyone is hydrating with water with a couple drops of lemon in it afterward. Hydration is extremely important because as you're moving, any kind of movement is going to release toxins. Now, when we do massage, this is purposeful movement, forceful. You can even say it's a gentle force, and then all of the oils that actually work to draw out the toxins, and your body needs lots of water after a treatment or massage to flush the toxins out so they don't get restored in the muscles, in the joints, in the blood, in the bone marrow, in the lymph system, etc. Okay, we want to avoid in the gut, in the liver, in the kidneys. We want to avoid toxin storage. We want our body to be so balanced and so happy and healthy that any toxin that comes in is immediately taken out. So safety reminders, you almost always need to apply that carrier oil. Only use oils internally if the supplement has that, that symbol on the fact box, or you know from another health professional that it is safe. Never ever put oils directly in the eyes, ears. This is never ever something to do, not essential oils. There's other oils that you can do, castor oil, stuff like that, but never essential oils. Never add water or heat to your oils unless you want to intensify the effects. So like if someone's just had a protocol and they want to be even more relaxed, they can go get into a hot bath, right? But and if you want to drive the oils in deeper, you can put heat on top of it. But when you're dealing with children and elderly people, this is not recommended. They don't need more intense, they need more gentle. A little bit goes a long way. Use carrier oil to soothe away any discomforts. Some may experience different results from these treatments. We have to remember that part of detoxification is the release of the negative things in our body. When we're detoxifying, we are releasing everything that doesn't serve us. But if it's still in our body, it can still affect us. So on its journey out, you might still feel the side effect of that toxin, whether it's coming from tobacco or drugs or anything else. You might feel nausea, fatigue, mood changes, energy changes, emotional responses. These are all just part of that releasing. And please warn your clients ahead of time that this is part of the detoxification process. They should not be scared or worried. They should not have any fear about it. They should know that it's possibly coming and what to do about it. The main thing what to do about it is to drink a lot of water with fresh lemon juice and a couple drops of lemon oil in it all day, every day, for the rest of their lives. No, it's just good general health practice. That's what we need to do that every day, honestly, to keep our liver and our kidneys and our gallbladder in good condition and to clean out the gut and the stomach and everything. And plus lemon juice, fresh from the tree, is also a complete electrolyte. So many health benefits. Yeah, just warn ahead of time, very important. A lot of rest as well, lots of water and lots of rest. Okay, safety reminders again, simplified. Number one application, apply 2 to 3 drops of frankincense to the back, rub onto the back, in the circular fashion, shoulders, and then feet and neck. Apply 5 to 6 drops of FCO and rub it in. And then apply 2 to 3 drops of oregano, rub into the feet and then the back, and repeat with each oil. So this is one application method. You can take a screenshot of this or a picture of this, just a great way to get you started before you have the book. Okay, so now I want to help you be able to buy your essential oils in a smart way. Because this can get very expensive. So first of all, we always want to have wholesale. So you're obviously already a doTERRA member and you have a wholesale account. Now, how do you get a greater discount than wholesale? You have you set up what's called an LRP, a loyalty rewards program. Now, the loyalty rewards program is only for people who are ordering on a monthly basis. You don't need to order monthly, but if you are ordering monthly, you're not required to order monthly. Let's say that there's no part of any kind of thing here that you are required to order monthly. But if you are, then the only smart way to do it is with an LRP, which is an automatic order. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your items in your cart that you order on a regular basis. Like I order the Lifelong Vitality Kit for myself and my family on a regular basis. I will, because I go through so many oils, I'm ordering some oils every month. I don't have to resupply every month, just certain ones that I go through very quickly. As things come up to being empty, I ordered a little bit ahead of time so I don't run out. There's skin products, there's different things that we're going to be ordering on a more regular basis. And also you can just stagger it. You never want to come up to the point where you have to order everything at once and it's like 2,000 euros and you're like, oh my God. No, it's better to just order every month a little bit here and a little bit there, and then this one and then that one. Now that way you're overlapping, you never run out, etc. So when you get credits, you're going to get 30% back on your you're going to get 30% back on whatever you pay. So if you buy something, you know, for 10 euros, you're going to get three credits. This adds up. Your credits are equal to cash. You use them for cash, etc. Now, when you're doing the loyalty reward program, you also have an opportunity to get a free product of the month. Now that is going to come if you're spending 125 euros in a month. There's no requirement, again, no requirement, but just to help cut costs and to, you know, be encouraging. And yeah, it's just a nice thing. If you have to order 125 or more, you're going to get a free oil. There's one specific one every month. Everyone will get the same one. And some months we have a special even for 200, if someone's spending 200 euros. Now it's based on the points with what the whole product cart is worth in points. So don't be confused about this. You probably already know about this. And if you don't, just talk to one of us privately. I'm not going to do a whole class on this. You also get shipping rewards. In other words, like when I'm ordering from Europe to Israel, it's going to cost me 25 euros in shipping, but this covers my shipping, shipping and handling, my customs and taxes. So on top of that, I get 10 points returned to my account. So I'm only paying 15 euros, but in cash, you know, 25 cash out. Then I get 10 back in a store credit is a much easier way to explain it. Okay, and this way we never run out of our favorite products or things that we need on a regular basis. Now, this also gives us an opportunity to try something new every month. Use those points. Use that money back that you get on your savings to try something new and experiment and see how you feel. So this is what your wellness box might look like this month. And let's see here. This is where you set it up. You create a new LRP template. This is in your back office. And you do not have to be a wellness advocate to do this, okay? You do not have to be doing this as a business. You don't have to be using doTERRA. Sorry for the noise, the wind just kicked up. You don't have to be doing doTERRA as a business in order to take advantage of the loyalty rewards program, okay? To set up your first LRP order, you're just going to visit doTERRA.com and sign in. Wherever you are in the world, I don't know when it's a specific website for you. So from doTERRA.com, you can sign in and get to your back office, wherever it is. Then you're going to click on create a new LRP template. You're going to choose the date that you want it shipped. And it's going to show you, if you choose between the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month, you may qualify for the product of the month. If your order is 125 points, and you're ordering it by the 15th, you will get the product of the month. Now, you can have it shipped at the end of the month. That's not a problem. You just won't get your product. You won't get a free oil, but that's okay. You choose whatever is good for you. Of course, if you need help with this, please contact your upline or the person who invited you, or call doTERRA themselves. Let's see. Now, when we have the specials for the 200 PV point value order or more, this usually is applicable through the entire month, from the 1st to the 30th. Okay, now let's see. Choose the products that you want and then click on the cart review. Here you can edit your order date. You can edit your, let me put my picture right here. You can edit the address here, top left. Wow, this slide isn't clear enough. I'm so sorry. Now I need to make a note to replace this. You can change the name, the date, and the address and the payment, okay? Now this is important if you need to be ordering your lifelong vitality vitamins every single month. And here in Israel, we're not allowed to bring in vitamin supplements more than 6 times a year. 6 shipments a year, that's it, okay? That means that the other months, there's 6 months that I cannot bring in supplements. Now Israel, if you're in Israel, talk to us. It's a little complicated. Anyways, on my off month, I can have this order shipped to my next door neighbor. I just put her name and address in. It's my credit card. It's my email verification, etc. And it just gets shipped to her if she's not in doTERRA, you know? And then the customs doesn't mind. They don't care. So once your products, you know, here there's a little window where you can start to type in the product that you want, and it will show it. You click on it and it just adds it to your cart. Now, if you need to go shopping, you just click on the continue shopping button, which you'll see, and you go to the store and you shop from there, and it adds it to your cart. So you can do the quick item add in the cart, or you can shop in the store and it adds it to your cart. One thing to be aware of is that at the end, when you're finished putting things in your cart, you need to click save. So the problem is when you're setting up your cart ahead of time, because you always want to have you always have to have items in your cart in order to keep your loyalty rewards program running. So when you want to put something into your cart that's on sale, it's a limited time offer like holiday products or something, or a special, you can't save it. So how do you do this? To keep your cart ready all the time, keep the things in your cart that you're going to order every month, the lifelong vitality, and maybe there's something else that you do. But if it's just a lifelong vitality, that's fine. Click save, exit, the beginning of next month or the end. Let's say this is June. I want to make an order in July. So I'm going to go in the last day or two of June and set this up, put the things that I want into my cart, or I'm going to wait until July when I want to actually make the order. And on the day that I want to make the order, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the specials and the holiday products that are limited time only, because I can't save it and I need to process it immediately. Again, if you have questions, just let us know. It's pretty easy. This is where you edit your cart. You can have more than one LRP template. You can have multiple LRP templates for multiple orders. Then you can delete each one of them, but there will still be one left that you cannot delete. Now, your main one that you cannot delete is because it's for safety reasons. You can delete it and delete the whole loyalty rewards program, no problem, no bad feelings, no pressure, no nothing. You don't want it, you don't have it, but you have to call doTERRA to do that. It takes 1 minute. It's not a problem. The only reason that this kind of safety fence is here is not to try to force you to keep this automated monthly order going, but to prevent people from accidentally deleting their cart their loyalty rewards program. The cart represents the program. And if they're all deleted, then you lose all of your points. And if you're doing the business, you can lose your commission. So this is just a safety protocol. It is not a pressure point at all. Now, your shipping date is the date that is going to go out automatically. You don't have to, you do not have to push the order through yourself, although you can. So if you know you're not going to be ordering any specials or any holiday products or anything like that, and you can just keep everything in your cart that you're going to want for the next month, edit it, take out the things you don't want, put in the things you do, press save, leave it alone. It will go out on the date that you chose. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you today about is sharing doTERRA. When you have an experience about something wonderful that's made such a difference in your life, usually we want to share it. We want to talk about it. We want to show others because we feel like they're connected to us as well. And we are connected to everyone. And we don't want just good things for ourselves. We want it for everyone that is around us. So one of the wonderful things that you can do in sharing doTERRA is you can make money from it. So if you are interested in working your health as a business, let us know. It's important that you have all the right information and that you get good training, and mostly that you just learn how to make friends and educate. doTERRA is all about education. So let's see, how can we share doTERRA? There's 3 ways you can share doTERRA. The first is a referral partnership for a customer who loves the products and shares it with their friends, but they don't want to be the person who their friends come to for all the questions and orders and education. So you can share doTERRA with people just by saying, this is what I do, this is why I've done it, this is what worked for me, just like you did with, taking extra vitamin C or D or whatever. And then if they're interested, you can just send them to your partner or someone that you know in your team or your upline, okay? And they will take care of educating them and making sure that this person has all the information they need, and that they know how to get started. And then the person that you referred your friend to will give you something for that. They'll buy you a doTERRA product, or they will give you money for it, like a commission, whatever you guys have agreed on. Right. The other thing that you can do is enroll your friends. And this is for someone who wants to earn extra money, like supplement their income, work part-time, save up for a new house, like a project they want to save up for something. So you can earn extra money by sharing with your friends and supporting them yourself. They can sign their friends up with a wholesale account and earn commissions on what they buy, or you might have people that come in that also want to do the business with you. And you'll teach them how to do this and how to follow up, how to support them. And you'll give them consultations. And of course, your team is there for you all the time, and doTERRA as well. If you have questions, there's so much education that we offer, so much. And then the third option is someone who wants to build a team. This is what you want to do full time, whether you're using it full time in your already established wellness practice, or whether you want to start a new wellness practice and with just doTERRA. And this is for someone who wants to do exactly what I'm doing. Maybe not exactly the same way I'm doing it though, but you want to educate and empower people and teach them to do the same. This is such a beautiful, rewarding process. And I do this while I'm also running my other, wellness clinic, small wellness clinic. It's growing. It'll be big someday. Okay, so, yeah, we did this. So if you want to just supplement your income, you want to do this part-time, you want to save up for a project or something, this is what you would do. Share and help others with the oils, learn how you can make a difference in other people's lives and supplement your own income. And you would do this in learning how to correctly share samples. And this is not just handing out a sample and saying, I hope you like it, okay? You have to have follow-up and you need to know what kind of samples to hand out. Second is education. You have to provide some kind of education, at least safety and dosage and how to find answers to questions. And you're going to be the person that helps someone get started and support them in using their oils. Now, if they have big health issues, you might not know how to deal with that because you're not, highly educated, but that's okay. You just keep going and you have people all around you there's health professionals all over the place who can help you with that. Now you want to build a business. So you want to create a big extra income. You want to find financial freedom and get more time with your family and friends, make a really bigger impact in the world. Use it as a full-time business. Now, full-time, some people say that's 8 hours a day. It is what it is for you. But when you're building a business, you are going to be working so much with others. Your job is to educate and empower people and to teach them to do the same, to build and lead a team. And building and leading a team is a big part. A big part of that is educating other people to also build and lead their team. Because you don't want to just have one branch on a tree. You're building a whole tree with many branches, and each branch is going to be self-sufficient and build its own branches and become its own tree. Okay, so why are we doing this? Because we want to bring hope, expand friendships, travel, pay off debts, etc. So many good reasons. And building a doTERRA business means that you can work from home with a flexible schedule, you can create stable financial future and make a difference in the world all at the same time. I was already working from home as a massage therapist, but I had no social life and I was really killing my body until doTERRA came along at the perfect time for me. And by consistently using the oils and sharing them and teaching others how to do the same, I've already replaced a good portion of my income and expect to be doing massages for fun or sporadically or as part of like only health protocols instead of like an everyday job for me very soon. doTERRA is really giving us the freedom to choose when we work, when we want to quit other jobs, when we can spend time with our family, to travel with our family, to do meaningful work that brings life and hope to people. This is not just a product that makes your life easier. It's not a good broom. It's not a good cleaning solution. It is everything that you need it is the basic of everything that you need for your wellness journey. And the wellness journey you find, of course, there's many, many, many other things that we use, not just doTERRA, for a well-balanced human being. And those are important to learn as well, especially if you're going to be a leader. You want to think about other modalities of natural healing to learn, whether it's massage, nutrition is key. At least know a nutritionist, a natural nutritionist, not a modern medicine nutritionist. If you don't know different healing modalities, partner with people who do, so that you can provide your clients with everything that they need. Try to be a one-stop shop, even if it's just in networking. So this is just real quick on the business side. With doTERRA, we're paid 5 different ways. If you'd like to understand how it all works, talk to your leader. They can explain it and share what's possible for you. And it's intricate and it can be complicated, but it's very intelligent and it works very well. And it works in a way of allowing us to build a pipeline of wealth instead of just drawing the buckets from the well every day. We've now created a pipeline with an automatic pump that's serving everybody along the line, and everybody is benefiting from it. And this is the goal. This is how doTERRA brings their sustainability into business. Everyone wins. Now, this is not the same as a pyramid scheme where the people at the top are very, very wealthy and the people at the bottom are starving because they're paying so much money just to be part of the program. Okay, first of all, with doTERRA, you have an opportunity to have all of the products at wholesale cost without any obligation of purchase. Okay, nothing. Now, this should be one of your first clues that this is not a pyramid scheme. Do the executives make more than the entry-level members? Don't be stupid. Of course they do. That's a silly thing to even worry about, because in any company, it's the same thing. It only makes sense. The more trained is going to earn more than the less trained. Someone who's been doing business smartly for many years is going to be making money where the person just starting their business might be in the red in any business you do. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a company that is providing benefits for everyone, whether they're doing the business or not, whether at the top or they're at the bottom. Even when you have someone in the middle drop out, there's no punishment for it. It rolls up, the levels roll up. This is unique to doTERRA because one of their goal is not to just take your money. Their goal is to save lives and to bring sustainability. So they're bringing sustainability in the way that they grow the product, grow the plants, the people that they partner, the farmers that they partner with to grow the plants, where they all come from indigenous sources. They don't just buy a big property and grow everything there, because not every plant works in the same environment, and you have different nutrients from different regions, and you have the best, most potent, most effective information in the soil where the plant originally comes from. So it's sustainable growing practices, sustainable harvesting practices, sustainable refinement practices. Some of the I just can't even tell you. They're just so beautiful. You're like, oh my God, why isn't everyone doing that? It's so simple, so easy, not expensive ways of sustainability. Sustainability in health. I am learning, I am teaching you, you are learning, you are teaching the next person, you're teaching the next person. There is never a break. You don't have to go to a class to learn. I am teaching you myself personally, and I will be with you the whole way. And then as will you with the next person, as will that person. So it's like having children. The population of the world is sustainable because we're having children. So the wellness of the world is sustainable because we're learning how to do it for ourselves. Physician, heal yourself first before you try to heal someone else. And we're learning how to heal ourselves, and then we're learning how to teach others to heal themselves. This is the sustainability. And then sustainability in business. I'm making money. When I make money, I don't just make money for myself. I make money for me. And that gives a little bit of money to everyone who has gone before me, who has brought this education and sustainability to me. So this is now when someone just begins to start a business and you don't have a lot of money, don't look at everyone above you and be like, oh, well, they're making so much money. Yes, they've been working a business for a long time, and they've put hours and hours of sweat and tears and education and work into this. They deserve the money they're making. They're not making it off your back. If you choose to do this business, you dedicate yourself to a business. You know there's going to be expenses, there's going to be overhead. Make a budget, be wise, be smart. Don't blame your financial instability on somebody else. Make your budget. Make sure you're only spending what you can afford to spend every month. Talk to us about that, about being financially wise. How do you start small to grow and sustainable so that you're not going into debt or you're not going bankrupt, and you're able to come out into the green very quickly. Okay, so you learn how to do this. And again, The most important thing is just to be a friend. Genuinely care about people. When you genuinely care about them, they will genuinely be interested in what you are doing. And what you are doing is good for you and the rest of the world. Does everyone need to be a doTERRA member? No. But this education can be passed on to everyone, how to take care of themselves and give their bodies what it needs to heal itself. So next week's topic is going to be daily vitality and supplements. We're going to learn what is the foundation of good health and so much more. So please be sure to join us for that. And our final third word of the class is health. Resources and downloads. We have resources and downloads. If you need anything, please let me know. If you need a handout, if you need to learn how to teach a class, if you want links to different resources, let us know. Talk to your upline, talk to your team members, and thank you so much for joining me this week. I'm so glad you've been here and we have learned a lot together. I know this is an intensive course. Each presentation is going to be between an hour and 2 each. This is not for the faint of heart. Please go over everything that you've learned often and let it just come into you in a very deep and natural way so that you can share with others easily and quickly and in a very natural way, something that's very personal for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week, Mondays at 11:30. We will be live for the rest of the series. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, healthy week.